Are you one of the thousands of California residents planning to move to Idaho this year? As a 1990s California transplant myself, I remember firsthand how different things were here once we'd arrived and settled in. In this video, I'm going to share 5 things you might not know yet about the Gem State so that you are fully prepared for your future life here in Idaho. Make sure you stick around till the end for tip number 5, which may be the most important thing to keep in mind for your move here. First, transportation. Ask any local here in the Treasure Valley and they will likely tell you that traffic is absolutely awful. For the last few years, Idaho has been the fastest growing state in the United States. And with all of that population growth comes a lot more cars and congestion on our roads. According to the Idaho Transportation Department, like many other states, traffic actually took a dive in 2020 during the early pandemic days, but has otherwise continued to increase year over year, with the highest traffic counts usually experienced in the summer months each year. Yet, with all of this growth, Idaho's largest cities continue to lack in public transportation options, most commonly only offering limited bus service or shuttle rides, depending on the city. In a recent survey, 92% of Treasure Valley residents supported a possible high-capacity transit system, such as a light rail from Caldwell to Boise, but a system like this is likely still 15 to 20 years away. In my opinion, it can't come soon enough. The second thing to keep in mind before moving to Idaho are your political views. Idaho is the 5th most Republican state in the U.S., while California is the 3rd most Democratic state. Generally, Idaho residents are concerned with issues such as budget deficits, lower government spending, and the right to keep and bear arms, just to name a few. Idaho has consistently voted Republican in every presidential election since 1952, except for 1964, and data shows this is a trend likely to repeat itself in upcoming elections. The third thing to consider if you are thinking of moving near Idaho's capital city of Boise is whether you are likely to be bothered by our seasonal inversions. Now you might be wondering what exactly an inversion is. Inversions generally happen in valleys like the Treasure Valley when cold air gets trapped below a layer of warm air. From about Thanksgiving till Valentine's Day, look up and you may see a layer of haze in the sky. That's the inversion. Unfortunately, these inversions can trap pollutants from car emissions, factories, or smoke from wood stoves, and these can potentially aggravate conditions like asthma and bronchitis. During those months, it's always a good idea to pay attention to the local air quality report and stay inside on days when the air quality is listed as orange or unhealthy for sensitive groups. The good news is a quick 30-minute drive into the nearby mountains to our local ski resort, Bogus Basin, will take you above the inversion for some clean air and amazing views of the valley. Number 4 is cost of living. Despite our growth, the cost of living in Idaho remains overall more affordable compared to the cost of living in California. When specifically comparing the 2 capital cities in each state, Boise versus Sacramento, the cost of transportation and food and groceries are significantly cheaper in Boise. And you are also likely to pay less for things like clothing, entertainment, restaurants, and other service-based businesses. And when it comes to the cost of real estate, Boise is going to give you a lot more square footage for your buck. As of September 2023, the median list price per square foot for a single-family home in Boise was around $220, while you'd be paying $333 a square foot for a typical single-family home in Sacramento. Number 5, prepare for snow. I recently asked clients and friends of mine who have moved here from California within the last few years, what's the number one thing they wish they knew before moving to Idaho? And overwhelmingly, it was how to deal with the cold temperatures and snow that we are blessed with during Idaho's long winters. While most places in Idaho definitely experience all 4 seasons, our cold and snowy months generally last from about November through February, with an average low temperature of 28 degrees. You can expect about 3 to 4 inches of snow on average in December. And if you are a fan of snow sports, you are going to love easy access to many great ski resorts in Idaho. Just remember to prep for the icy and snowy weather ahead of time by getting snow shovels, studded snow tires, and warm winter clothes purchased in the early fall before these items start to sell out in stores. And most importantly, after the first winter snow, it's also not a bad idea to practice your snow driving skills in an empty parking lot before hitting the main roads to keep yourself and everyone else safe. Now that you know a little more about how living in Idaho compares to California, I would love to tell you some of my favorite things about being an Idahoan. You can check that out in my next video linked below. Or if you're a local who recently moved here from California and there is something else you'd like to share about your move here that surprised you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you're thinking about making the move to Idaho, I have a totally free, comprehensive relocation guide, which outlines all of the best communities in and around Boise. You can grab your copy by clicking the link below in the notes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.